I was a little girl. And I was born and raised into a Catholic family, but I always knew something was different, no matter what. I remember being in my room at 6 years old, and I had Jesus on the cross in my room above my bed. And when I would pray at night, I would say, "Why are you on there?" Privately, in my heart. I talked to him all the time. It made me an odd duck, made me weird to my family. It was hard because as a little kid you want to fit in, right? But I never felt alone. That's the strange thing. I couldn't imagine doing it without God. Joshua was our oldest, and he's just so healthy and so beautiful. And then I got pregnant with Katie, and something was just not right. Every time I took a step, I would bleed. The medical bills were atrocious. 3 female babies with mitochondrial myopathy. It was hard because our son was healthy. He still needed attention. He was little. When they're little, we don't even think about us, right? We are the afterthought. We choose no lip gloss because we gotta buy diapers. I mean, we just sacrifice. I struggled a little bit with that. One day, I just started stuttering. My family took me to Clovis Community Hospital, put me inpatient. They removed my thyroid in 2002. And from there, I lost probably 45 pounds in a matter of 2 months. Whatever they can put in me, I started malabsorbing, but God got us through. I really had to rely on him more. Like, he had to become my everything. My everything before I can be anybody's anything. He had to become. My soul had no idea I was sick. My body knew. My soul always was crazy in love with Jesus. I always had joy. It never went away. The staff from Nancy Hines came to get me. And then I walked into the hospice home. Like, I walked in. And I guess that was very strange. There's a Christmas tree. I remember being on my walker and I circled the Christmas tree. And this lady was just about to take my picture, and I told her, "Oh no, don't take my picture. You have to be dead to be on this tree. I'm very much alive." I go to my room. I told the chef I wanted an egg salad sandwich, but by the time she came back, I had my heart attack. And I remember just going up, and these colors I've never seen in my life. And then I got up to the blue that I've never experienced either. And all I heard is, "Not now, not yet." And I got pushed back down. And I said, "God doesn't want me? I've loved Jesus my whole life. You gotta be kidding me. He doesn't want me." As I am here now, I praise God he didn't want me then. I wasn't done. And I remember telling Jesus, "If you let me live, there will not be a day where I do not talk about you. I will tell everyone what you have done for me and what you can do for them." And I became a chaplain, the tiniest chaplain you've ever seen in your whole life. So God just continues to bless and bless and bless and bless. I fell down my stairs 9 years ago, and I landed on the back of my head on a marble floor, but the stuttering became crazy. We went to my primary. My primary said, "You need an MRI. Let's go get you an MRI." Before we even got home from getting the MRI, they called and said, "You have a brain tumor." I'm like, okay, that might explain some of the stuff going on. But 6 months ago, I told Barry, something's different. I was in the kitchen preparing for Alpha that night, and I got the video call from Dr. Keith Black. He's my neurosurgeon, and he said it's time to address it. I wasn't allowing myself to feel it because I had to set up for Alpha. I could feel it after. So I did, got home, and then I told Barry. And then the phone rang. And they said, Cindy, July 25th. And I went, you know, I have a walk to Emmaus coming up, and that's not going to work for me. Do you think that we can maybe do it after? And she said, do you understand this never happens to line up 3 surgical teams this quickly? And I was like, well, then that's fine. We'll just make it work. Here was my vainest question, and I'll be honest with you. Are you going to shave my hair? And they said, no, only a little bit. I left Beverly Hills that day with my husband, and we were holding hands waiting for the elevator. And the elevator opens, and this woman who has been burned by fire from the feet to her face, her arm was melted off on one of her arms, is standing there looking at me. And her hair was beautiful. And I said to her, going down? And she looked at me just like this, with her one hand that wasn't burnt. I said, you certainly are. And that was God just telling me, you silly girl, it's not about your hair. Here's the whole brilliant lesson. It's never about us. That will all go away. Jesus will not. He always wins. Here's a secret. He always will. The end.